Did I lose the screen share? Okay, it's still there. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's start. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। दम करना। Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone. Today is the last class for Nectar of Devotion. So we'll try to cover chapter 18 and 19. So we've already done the two waves. So we are already on the third wave, which is Bhava Bhakti. Just have to finish half chapter. And then today we'll enter into the fourth wave, which is Prema Bhakti. So let's do a quick revision of Bhava Bhakti. So we read there are three categories of devotion service. So the first one is sadhana bhakti, then is bhava bhakti and prema bhakti. So sadhana bhakti is devotion service in practice. Bhava bhakti, devotional service in ecstasy, and prema means pure love of Godhead. Last week we read this definition given by Rupa Goswami. I'll read it again. Very beautiful. Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma Prema Suryanshu Samya Bhag Ruchabis Chitta Marshan Nikrit Asau Bhava Uchate. Anyone remembers the meaning of it? I'm not asking the translation which is on the screen. Anyone can break the words very quickly. The Sanskrit words. Akhand Rasa Prabhu, you want to try?
Shuddha Sattva means pure goodness. Visheshatma means uh,
Special soul.
a special is a special soul. Prema Suryam. It's like a
Suryanshu. Yeah.
like a sun ray which is just coming up.
Yep.
And Ruchi Chitta similar
Samyak
Samya Bhag.
Samya Bhak. It's like
Similar.
similar to the as the sun is rising, the rays of the sun.
Hmm.
And
Ruchibis Chitta.
Chittam
Marshan Nikrat. So Ruchibhis, that's one. Chitta Marshan Nikrat, that's another one.
So Chittam is in the heart. It,
Marshan means
the
softness.
Ruchi awakens in the heart, and
Uh,
the bhav, this is
Ruchi is
called
the taste.
yeah,
Marshanikrat is the softening of the chitta, which is heart. So Marshanya means softness.
softness.
Marshanikrat, it starts softening the heart and produces the ruchi, different taste in the heart. And it is like prema surya. So prema bhakti is considered as surya and bhava is considered surya ansha. Ansha means one ray, you can say. So one ray of prema surya. So that's the one. And Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma, that's another one. Yes, Prabhuji, the last line.
And this is called the Bhava Bhakti.
So the Asau means this one, what we just read. Bhava means Bhava. Uchate, it is known as, it is called as Bhava Uchate. Okay, anyone can give what is the primary characteristics and what's the secondary characteristic? Anyone? Rasanand Prabhu. You can take help from Janaki if you get stuck.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Now children absorbs a lot. They
Yeah.
may not express.
Yeah, as Prabhu said, Suddha Tattva Vishet So that's one of the primary characteristic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main essence of the bhava, and it comprises of two things like Samvit and Halinidhi Sakti.
Sambit and Hladini, yes.
Halinidhi, yeah, that's knowledge and bliss. And the
Mm-hmm.
second characteristic is Prema Suryamsu Swayam Bhak.
Yeah.
Swayam Bhak. So that's the
Samya. It is Samya Bhak.
Samanya Bhak, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the ray of the sun. So that
Yeah.
bhava is the ray of coming from the
So
sun.
why it's called as ray of sun? Bhava as ray of sun?
Because the sun is the prema and bhava is just one trace of
Drop
it.
of prema, you can say. One ansh of prema. Surya ansha, you can also say ansha, drop, part of the same prema. But it's very shuddha. Yes, Prabhuji.
So these
And
two are the primary
primary.
characteristics.
Thank you, Prabhu.
And
We'll
the second,
just come back to the secondary, Prabhuji. So Shuddha Sattva, you said Samvik and Hladini. Someone else can sort of expand on Samvik and Hladini. Someone else. Sakhi Radhika Mataji. You try.
Sorry, Prabhu. I'm changing the device with the retrieve.
Okay.
Not
No problem.
here properly. I'm
No
coming
problem.
back.
Anyone else? Yes, Prabhu. Samvit and Hladini. What do you mean by that? It's okay if you don't know. It's not a test. We're just learning through discussion. That's all. Even if you say wrong, it's absolutely fine.
It's the
Hladini,
eternal energy of the Lord.
internal energy of the Lord. Okay, Mataji. More.
Samvit is
Can
knowledge.
you give a more context, Mridula Mata? I will come back to you, Garima Mataji. You're right, Mataji. Just expand on what you just said.
Yeah, this is the
I can't
internet.
see you. It's just Akashvani.
Prabhu, for unfortunately, my laptop has got some problem
Okay,
with the
no
camera.
problem.
Yeah,
No
but it
problem.
is on, Prabhu. Sometimes it will come, sometimes it's not. So sorry.
Okay. It's like Krishna Prema. Sometimes on, sometimes. Okay, no worries, Mata.
Yeah.
Please,
So,
internal energy. Can you expand on that? So Krishna,
yes,
you can say two types of energies. You can start from
yeah,
there. What are the two
yeah.
types?
Internal
Actually, three
potency and
types. Sorry, three
external.
types.
Yeah,
So internal, external, and
external and marginal
thank you,
potency.
Mataji. So what is external potency?
External is material
Example,
energy,
material energy, the world around us.
material nature.
Even
Yeah,
our body is external
yeah,
energy, made up
is
of these
external
5
energy.
elements or 8 elements, you can say. Yes. And then
And marginal potency, marginal
any
energy is our
examples?
soul, jiva.
We are sitting right in front of
Yeah,
each other, all the souls. Marginal potency. And the third,
internal energy.
internal potency of Krishna or energy, whatever. That's right. Now, within internal, how many classifications are there? Someone else can say. Garima Mataji,
It
maybe
is
Mridula
3.
Mataji, someone else can say.
Yeah, Samvit is actually
Mridula
knowledge and
Mata,
heart.
maybe,
Yeah,
maybe someone else can say. It's nice
okay.
discussion.
Samvit
Yeah.
and Haladini, Haladini. Prabhu.
Yes, Manmohan Prabhuji, yes.
Samvit, Sandhini, and Haladini.
Samvit, Sandhini, and Hladini. Can you explain? Yes, Prabhuji, you're right. Samvit
Haladini is,
means?
I think, Radharani.
Yes, thank you.
Sandhini,
So
what?
before we go to the example of Hladini, what does Hladini mean? Radharani is correct, no doubt in that. What is this potency for? The example is correct, Prabhu, no doubt about it.
For pleasure of Krishna.
Pleasure potency. So Hladini means pleasure potency. So Prabhu, I'm also seeking pleasure in the material world through my reputation, cars, and blah, blah, blah. Is that the same one, Prabhu?
No, Prabhu.
Why? Sorry, I'm just discussing.
Because we are after material happiness.
So when we got pleasure potency of Krishna, it's nothing to do with the material pleasure potency. So we are after material pleasure anyway. So then we'll be full of Hladini. No, it is the internal potency. That means extremely pure spiritual pleasure potency. Okay, Manmohan Prabhu, I just wanted to expand on that. That's it. Yes, first two, Prabhu.
So one of them is Yogamaya, but that is
The
from what I can remember. But
okay.
I don't remember which one
We'll
is.
come to Yogamaya later. Okay, so you've done Hladini. We need Samvit and Sandhini. Who can say that? What is Samvit and what is Sandhini? Anyone?
Samvit
I
is
think
knowledge
Samvit is
potency.
Balaram.
Balram. Okay, Prabhu. Can you just like put the meaning? We are getting the examples very quickly. Put the meaning on the table first. So Hladini means spiritual pleasure potency. What does Samvit and Sandhini mean?
Knowledge.
Yes. Mridula Mata, thank you. Knowledge, which is this, Samvit or Sandhini?
Samvit.
Samvit is the knowledge potency of Krishna, and the Sandhini is the
Eternal.
Eternity.
Sat, Chit, and Anand. Thank you very much,
Anand.
Mataji. So Sat is the eternity principle. That is Sandhini. Samvit is the Chit, knowledge, cognizant potency of Krishna, and Ananda, Hladini potency of Krishna. So these are the three potencies of Krishna. Now here, what we are talking in this particular Samvit and Hladini. Why? What does Samvit made up of? We discussed about everything last week, so I'm just rediscussing so that we can remember more. If you forget, absolutely fine. I also forget. Sanjay
Guru.
Vyas Prabhu?
Guru, I think Samvit is.
Okay, we are going in a different
Knowledge.
direction. Yeah, we are going in a different direction now. Fine. Samvit, what are the two characteristics of Sattva in this material world? Two characteristics of Sattva based on Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, in this material world. We discussed last week. Sukha and Jnana. Isn't
Pure
it?
happiness and pure knowledge.
Huh?
Pure happiness and pure knowledge.
Yeah, so if you just take the sukha of the material world, is sukha and jnana. They get characterized by that. And then when obviously it's in the pure form, which is what we are talking here, Shuddha Sattva, they get the purity in that. Otherwise, sukha and jnana. So sukha and jnana, so through jnana, we achieve the sukha. So all these things, Sambit and Hladni, in the Shuddha Sattva form, which is you can say the purest platform, gives the rise to bhava. So if someone has bhava in his heart, that means Shuddha Sattva has come in his heart. It's not just a Sattva, it's not just Sukha or Jnana. It's a Shuddha Sattva we are talking it, which is completely transcendental to the material modes of material nature. And that's why this bhava is so pure. Again, not as pure as prema, and we are talking about it. So please remember Sambit and Hladini, which is the expansion of Shuddha Sattva. So there are two primary characteristics. The first one is Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma. Second one is Prema Suryanshu Samya Bhag. So the two primary. Who can say two secondary characteristics? I need Sanskrit names. Two secondary characteristics of Bhava. That's my question. In Sanskrit. It's on the screen actually. You can just read it out. Sarupani Mataji, you want to try?
Third line.
You're on unmute, Rasanand Prabhu. That's okay. You have helped already.
Softening of the heart is done.
Softness, softening of the heart.
Can you please tell me Sanskrit word, Mata?
Marshrinya
Okay, that's not complete. You can start from Chitta Marshanya. What are you going to soften? You're going to melt butter, so you can say melt, melt, melt. Giriraj Prabhu will not understand. Arey yaar, kya melt karna hai? Butter, na? Butter. So our chitta is very, very hard.
Chitta.
Why it's hard? Anyone can say why our chitta is so hard.
Because it doesn't have the ruchi.
It doesn't have ruchi. Okay, that's nice. More Mata? Means, can you expand on it? You're right. We have ruchi actually in football, cricket, money, fame. We have so much ruchi. How can you say we don't have ruchi? You can just counteract me, Mata. We don't have ruchi in Krishna. We have ruchi, lot of ruchi we have. But all material, temporary, asat things we have ruchi in. So what we can say, we don't have ruchi, that's correct. We don't have ruchi for the real thing. Because of anarthas, our heart is very hard. Like unwanted things. What does anartha means? Artha means? Artha has many meanings. Artha, one meaning of artha is meaning. So which is meaningless, that's called anartha. Artha also means money.
Money.
Moksha, artha, Kam and moksha. So money, which is moneyless, but it has no value actually. Krodh has any value? When you do anger on someone, even materially, it's just rubbish. So these anarthas are sitting in our heart and making our heart, which is naturally very soft, very hard, because the enemies are there in your heart. So it's very, very hard. But through bhava, what happens? The heart starts getting softening. So butter is melting now. Our hard heart is melting now. So this is known as Chitta Marshanyakrit. Marshanya means softness. So chitta ka softening hona. Okay, that's one characteristic. Who will tell the second one? Someone else. This is one characteristic. Chitta marshanyakrat. Which is the second one?
Giving rise
Now, so Prabhu.
giving rise.
Yeah,
Prabhu, I know
reading the translation, that's nice.
Sanskrit. It
I
is
know.
giving rise to various
Sanskrit.
states.
Yeah, find out the Sanskrit. That's what we are discussing. So we know to
Asav
read the
bhava
verses.
uchyate. I think, Prabhuji,
No,
asav
that is the
bhava.
last line. This is called bhava. Asav bhava uchyate. This is asav means this one. Bhava is bhava. Uchyate means kaha jata hai. It's called, is known as. What is the secondary characteristic? That's my question. Anyone can say. No right and wrong answers. We are all learning.
Ruchi.
Ruchi, thank you. Hari bol, Vijay Gopi Mata. Ruchi. Ruchi base, that's the first one written on the screen. Chitta Marshanikar, that's one word. So how many characteristics do we have for bhava? Primary and secondary. Two primary and two secondary. Is it all clear? Now Sundar Gopal Prabhu will read it in Sanskrit. Two primary are in Sanskrit only. Two primary.
Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma,
Thank you. Number two.
Prem Suryanshu.
Prem Surya. Thank you.
Yeah.
Secondary. Satyava Mata, if she's there.
She just went to.
No problem. And yes, Prabhu, secondary characteristics in Sanskrit, quickly. Number one.
Chitta Marsanyakrat.
Thank you. Number two, Sanjay Vyas Prabhu.
Ruchi, Ruchi.
Thank you so much. Now you at least can read this verse and make meaning out of it. So don't just skip the verses. The verses are very meaningful because these words are very, very powerful. Thank you. So we have done all this just now, Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma and Prema Suryanshu. So we have done the primary characteristics. I'll not expand too much on it. Secondary, softening of the heart. Chitta Marshanikrit, giving rise to various states. Now, giving rise to various states, which is Ruchi, can be in three parts: Prapti Abhilasha, Anukulya Abhilasha, and Sauhard Abhilasha. Desire to achieve Krishna, desire to please Krishna, and desire to be close at heart with Krishna. How do you achieve bhava? Anyone remembers from last week discussion? Very simple. How do you achieve bhava? Who has not spoken? Ramya Mata. How do you achieve bhava? No. Simple answer. Okay, who can give? Prasanna Atma Prabhu is always Prasanna. He already has bhava.
Remembering.
What are the ways to achieve bhava? That's my question.
One is by following regulative principles, Prabhu.
Okay. This was a guess or reading? No, good. Good one, Prabhu.
Yeah, then we reach the Ruchi stage or Asakti stage,
Yeah,
then we get bhava.
yeah, I'm not asking the whole detail. Yes, that's one. By doing ardent spiritual practices. That's number one. Number two. Vinay Prabhu.
Associating with pure devotee.
Associating with pure.
By the
No.
mercy of the Lord
By
and
the
his
mercy of the Lord as his devotee.
and his
So one is,
devotees.
you go to a college or a school, you pass your exam by hard work. Another one is principal ने mercy दे दिया. Pass, बच्चा pass हो गया. गिरिराज प्रभु चलेगा? Nimai, just pass without reading. Why not? Now you'll say Bhakti Shastri without reading नहीं चलेगा. You have to read it nicely. So there are two ways to achieve bhava. Number one, you do spiritual practices, very ardent, very nice spiritual practices. Over the period of time, you purify yourself. That's one way. Another way is Sanjay Vyas Prabhu just comes in and gives you the garland of Prema Bhakti. That's possible. That's possible, isn't it? So just understand it is a very, very simple way. So there are only two ways, which is very logical as well. You can work hard for it, or it can be given to you. For $1 million, you can work hard for it, or you can inherit it from your father or mother, or someone else gives you. Some Hare Krishna gives you $1 million to build Gopinath's temple, not for you. Okay, so how do you do spiritual practices? There are two ways of doing spiritual practices and achieve perfection: by Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. You can see on the screen. And through special mercy of either the Lord or the pure devotee. Both have the power to give you prema or bhava. Either Lord can give or pure devotees. Pure devotees are also carrying the Lord in the heart. And this is how a guru, a spiritual master, delivers his disciple. Guru Maharaj was saying in a class. So Guru delivers the disciple through the mercy of Lord, which he is carrying. So a guru, any spiritual master, is carrying the mercy of the Lord. So he doesn't have his own power, but because Lord has given the power. Someone, a beggar is there. He doesn't have his own money, but Ambani ji comes and say, this 1,000 crore is for you. You can use this 1,000 crore. Huh? It's Ambani's money getting used by a beggar. Huh? So it's Krishna's Shakti. But Krishna's Shakti comes into the spiritual master by the mercy of Krishna. And the spiritual master, through that Shakti, takes the disciples back to Godhead. Huh? And he's the carrier of that Shakti. Why is the carrier of that Shakti? Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastri. Huh? He is very priya. Kintu Prabhorya Priya Evatasya, because he is very, very dear. In home also, when someone is very dear to you, what do? You give the keys to wife, isn't it? Huh? You are the Lakshmi of the house. So money belongs to husband, but husband gives out of love that keys to the wife, or other way. These days, password. You give the password. So this is my password. You can withdraw any number of amounts. So Krishna gives that key, power of attorney to that devotee, and through that, a devotee becomes as good as Krishna. Not Krishna, but as good as Krishna. He's so powerful. He's so merciful. Okay, now we read some examples of it. Bhava achieved by ardent spiritual practices. I'll not read the whole thing. By Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, the example of given of Narad Muni. So Narad Muni really worked hard. It didn't happen like overnight. So he listened the katha from these sadhus. He served them. He participated in their seva. And then once they left, Narad Muni also left. And then he did years and years of penances. And finally, when he left that body, he achieved his spiritual body. So through Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Raganuga, we had the example of Chandrakanti. And Chandrakanti example is given again and again at different places. We'll read it again today. That's from Padma Purana. She just out of a blue got this bhava, I have to achieve Krishna Prema. And as per the Padma Purana, she danced in front of Srimati Radharani and Krishna whole night. And by the morning, she had no traces, even a tinge of traces of any material desire. She said, I want to achieve Krishna as my husband. And through the mercy of Srimati Radharani, she became a perfect devotee. Overnight, you can say. Okay, Bhava Bhakti achieved by special mercy of Krishna or his devotees. So we read there are three ways to achieve Krishna's mercy. Vachika, Darshan or Hrida. Vachika means someone says, gives blessings. And that's why when a sadhu comes, any devotee, advanced devotee comes, you should go and take his darshan or her darshan, because they are very, very powerful. By even their glance, by their blessings, we can become very much purified very fast. Again, the best thing is to serve them, not just to take their blessings on the head. That can also be helpful, but yeah, following their instructions is the best thing. So darshan dan, blessings by appearing in a person to the devotee, and hirda by heartful, unspoken blessings. Sometimes you serve a person, he does not speak much, but he gives you the blessings. Okay. That's one example, one line which Prabhupada wrote, very nice. Achieving bhava solely by mercy is not common. And he gives the example of a person going to college but not studying hard, waiting to get the honorary degree. So that's not very common. It may happen in some cases, but that's not very common. So we should not wait. We should work hard for it. Vachika, the example is in Nardiya Puran, Darshan Dan, example in Skanda Puran, Hrida is Shukha Samhita, conversation between Narad and Vyasadeva. So these are some different examples which you read last time. Now we come to chapter 18, which is the characteristics of the Bhava Bhakti or ecstatic love. So there are 9 symptoms which we started reading last week. Let's just quickly read the shloka again. शांतिर अव्यर्थ कालत्वम विरक्तिर मान्य शून्यता आशा बंधा समुत्कंठा नाम गाने सदा रुचि आसक्तिस्तद गुणाख्याने प्रीतिस्तद वसति स्थले इति आद्योनुभावः स्योर jata bhavankure jane. Yeah, there's one more name of bhava is premankur. So he says bhavankure, premankur. Bhurijan Prabhupada disciple, very senior, he writes in his book, is also known as premankur, prem ka ankur, a sprout of prema, not a fully fledged plant, a sprout of prema. So bhava is also known as prema suryanshu or premankur, because very close to prema, very, very close to prema. Okay, so these are the 9 characteristics. So let's read. I think last week we read 2. So we'll just repeat that. Shantir. What does Shantir mean? Anyone remembers? The first word in this verse?
perseverance or undisturbed
Okay.
or being
Can you expand on it, Prabhuji?
being tolerant and patient, like Prahlad Maharaj and Parikshit Maharaj.
In any situation, being undisturbed. So we are also sometimes undisturbed when someone is glorifying us. We feel very good. If someone is causing some harsh words towards us or something else going on which we don't like, unfavorable situation, we also become harsh. So the point is being undisturbed even in a very, very provoking or tempting situation where a normal person will react in such a way. So the example given of Parikshit Maharaj, this is 1:19:15. What Parikshit is saying, let that takshak come, the snake bird come, that magical thing can happen. That may bite me. I don't care. I don't care. You please keep reciting the Leelas of Krishna. So he's in that situation where he doesn't care what happens to his external body or what happens to the external situation. Janak Maharaj is a similar example. He was also called Videha. He was not into Deha at all. So what is happening to his Deha or others Deha, he doesn't care. When he is sitting in Katha, Janak said, just forget the whole word. Janak Maharaj, your treasury is burning. Janak Maharaj, your this is burning. He said, I don't care. Let me hear Krishna Katha. And we have heard many examples other places. Well, some devotee got involved so much in bhakti. Bhaktivinoda Thakur once he was doing his puja in the early morning and he had to go that day to the court. There was a very, very important court case. But he got involved in puja so much he forgot to go to court that day. You can imagine Bhaktivinoda Thakur forgot to go to the court that day. And that day, after, whenever he woke up from his samadhi, 12 o'clock, he said, oh, 12 o'clock, I had to go to court. And same time, one messenger came from the court. He said, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, you did such a wonderful decision today. Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying, me? Decision? I didn't do anything. I was doing my puja. And he said, fantastic, maza aa gaya. That was the best decision we ever heard. Bhaktivinoda Thakur understood. Krishna himself, dressed as Bhaktivinoda Thakur, went to the court and he did his job. And we have heard in other instances as well. So if you prioritize Krishna, Krishna prioritizes you. The many times, if not all the times, we prioritize our material things over Krishna, and that's why we feel struggle. So again, you should not ignore whatever needs to be attended in a proper way. We do, but again, in your heart, if you pray to Krishna and you prioritize, try. Krishna definitely helps in different ways. Okay, so that's a very nice example. Prabhupada is another example. He constantly worked to expand. He also didn't know that how he's going to do it, what he did, but he was just into it. He said, I just have to do it, and he depended on the mercy of his Guru and Krishna, and the wonder happened. Okay, avyartha kalatam, very, very important. A devotee who has this bhava, or he is aspiring for bhava, do not waste his time at all. Hare Krishna. So a devotee does not waste even a single moment, even sleeping. Do not oversleep, because when you oversleep again, the body may need some rest between 6 and 7 hours, sometimes even 8 hours, whatever your body may need. But the point here is do not waste. Bhurijan Prabhu was saying, even if you need 8 hours, when you get up, whenever you get up, work hard. And work very productively. So not like sometimes you get up in 3 hours and then you are sleepy, you can't concentrate on anything. Keshav Maharaj always says, when you undersleep, when you oversleep, you become lazy. When you undersleep, you become crazy. So we don't want to become lazy or crazy. So just a balanced approach. One person may be able to survive in 6 hours. You may need 7 hours. But the point here is use your time properly. Plan your time. Don't waste. A devotee never wastes any moment. And some examples were given. A devotee is always anxious. He never wastes a moment. Within the mind, he is always thinking of Krishna. And with his body, he either offers obeisances by bowing down before the deity or engages in some other seva. Someone was saying in the class that you should either do Harinam or the seva of Harinam. Harinam is chanting Hare Krishna. That's a direct chanting Hare Krishna. Or doing seva of Harinam. Even if you go to market to buy grocery, that's a seva to Harinam, isn't it? When you buy grocery, you will come home, you will offer to the deities, you get purified, your family is purified, your money is purified, and with that purification, you're chanting nicely. So constantly we should do Satata Kirtan, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, Ye Janah Paripasate. That Satat Kirtan is valid. Even it says a devotee sleeps for Krishna. How do you understand that? Devotee sleeps for Krishna? Anyone who hasn't participated as yet? Anyone? Just say it. Yes,
He
Mata. Vijay, go.
sleeps. Yeah, when he sleeps, then only he can do the rest of the sevas properly.
Yeah.
As you said, if he has less sleep, he'll be crazy. Don't do
Yeah.
anything.
So you have to sleep because human body's limitations are there. Although you may feel like, no, I want to study exam for next 2 weeks. Nice. Make sure your body is well rested. Yukta ahar vihar se yukta che sasya karmasu. So yukta ahar and yukta vihar. So ahar, our food should be nice and balanced and sattvic, and vihar as well. Proper sleeping, proper going out and maintaining your health and other duties. So the point is no lazy, no crazy. Sleep well, eat well, fast well, and serve Krishna well. Okay, let's move on. Virakti. Did we do this last week? Okay, so who can tell me what is Virakti? Ujjwala Samata, you said yes, go for it.
There's two types of detachment. The first one is before the bhava manifests, when the person with strictness keeps away from the sense objects. That's first type of detachment. The second type is
What is
where
called? What's the Sanskrit word for it?
vairagya.
Thank you. Vairagya. Vairagya means forceful disengagement of senses from sense gratification. Although you have a desire in your heart, say, no, today is Ekadashi, today is Bhishma Panchak, whatever. Thank you, Mata. Next.
And the virakti, the second part is when the bhava arises in the heart and the person from the heart does not desire, he becomes free from the desire naturally and spontaneously. That is virakti.
Yep. So we don't have to force yourself. It's just automatic. I'm not interested in that sense object. I'm not interested in these sort of material things. Automatically he's virakta. And you'll see many sannyasis come. You don't have to tell them, maybe you should stop now. After one chapati or two chapati, I'm look like they work so hard. They eat one chapati. I've seen like one chapati. You present them, 30 dishes. They're just like, they will just touch everything or maybe take a grain or something and they're done. Imagine if we were there. Thank you. Just today, I'm going to overeat. Just today. And till the next program comes, we just seek for the opportunity. Arjun, when he was offered the green card of Swarg Loka by Urvashi, Arjun said, no, not interested. I'm going to curse you. No, not interested. You can curse me, no problem. So he was not interested by his heart. He was not looking for excuses. How can I justify my actions? When I go back to Kunti, I don't have to, feel some shameful or something. No, Kunti Marani, I was in Sargloka, I was in America. So I was doing the things America way. No, I'm a human being. Human laws applies on me. You can curse me. That's not a problem. Example given, which we discussed last week. Who can tell me the example? Not Ujjala Samata, someone else.
Bharat Maharaj example.
Thank you, Sakiradika Mataji. What's the example, Mata?
The example was that even though he was like a king, he had his family, everything was favorable, but he didn't even look back. He just walked out.
What's the analogy given in Bhagavatam?
Like a stool, one like evacuates the stool
Yeah,
from
after
the
evacuation, you don't look back at the stool. Oh, today it looks very nice. Maybe I should save some part of it. Yeah, unless you're going to doctor. You don't do all those things. So you have automatically this virakti in your heart for certain things, but for other things, not really. A devotee who has bhava has the virakti. Similarly, for every material thing which may look like big material thing, we want to achieve the pada Brahma. What to speak of pada Brahma, even achieving the pada of MP and MLA will distract anyone. But the devotee is not distracted. He said, I don't care about anything else. Okay, let's move forward to our next topic, which is man shunyata, pridelessness. This is also very famous, very, very important. Prabhupada says the devotee is pure, he feels humble, even though he is extremely elevated. Now, the definition of humility, Prabhupada has given actually many definitions of humility. One of the definitions which he gave in Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, the definition of humility, which is very nice. He says, not expecting any man from someone. So humility is not like folding your hands and bowing your head down. That may be humility. But humility means not expecting any satisfaction by the glorification of others. But when others glorify us, we feel satisfied in our heart. So Sometimes our ego goes very up. Huh? Yes, this Prabhuji is glorifying it so much. Prabhuji, thoda sa aur. बाहर से बोलेंगे नहीं नहीं प्रभु नहीं नहीं. Anyway, but the devotee, a pure devotee of Lord, does not have any expectation from anyone that he will glorify me. Guru Maharaj said one definition of humility is honesty. A devotee is honest. Devotee is not duplicit. What's that say in Hindi? सोचते कुछ और हैं, बोलते कुछ और हैं, करते कुछ और हैं. They think something, they say something, they do something. Everything is different. What they said yesterday, they completely forget. I didn't say that. Me, no, I can't say that. Unless you play a recording or something. That also they will say, this is AI generated. It's not my voice. You have dubbed it. They will never agree. So a devotee is a simple-hearted person. He is straightforward. He is honest. Now, not everywhere we can exhibit these qualities. This sansar is very bad, but at least we can try to make it as a goal, as a meditation, that we don't do duplicate things. Now, Shastra does say, Shathe Shathayam Samacharet. With Shat, with Dushta, with Rog, you should also become Rog. But that's an emergency situation. That's not a normal situation. Pandavas also did something in the Yuddha, which is just to teach us emergency, apatkal, that can be done. But in a normal situation, a Brahman, a devotee, is simple, pure-hearted, no duplicity, and definitely pridelessness. Amanina manadena kirtaniye sadahari. Amanina. He is always Amani. Now, Prabhupada gives an example of King Bhagirath. He was very humble, and he also gives the example of Lal Babu. So Bhagirath, everyone knows Lal Babu. I'll just say quickly, I heard in a class, Prabhupada gives this example in NOD actually. Lal Babu was a big businessman in Calcutta, probably his contemporary or maybe just before Prabhupada arrived in this world. I don't know exactly, but he says 19th century. The point is, he was a big businessman. One time he became a devotee, and his guru asked him, how do you prove that you are humble? And he said, yeah, I can go and beg, although I'm very, it's like rich person cannot go and beg, right? Even we can't. We are not so rich, but it's very humiliating actually when anyone else says. And that's why book distribution is not easy, or going on Sankirtan is not easy. Anyway, so this Lal Babu said, I can go and beg out. His guru said, okay, great, go out. He came back. Finally, his guru asked him, long story short, when he was a big businessman, a very well-known, big, rich businessman, he had a competitor. And these two people in Calcutta did not like to see each other's face at all. Like at all, If you are Karodpati, I'm also Karodpati. Like that. Anyway, so finally, he wanted to prove his guru said, no, you are humble, but yeah, not so good, huh? So finally, he went to his opposition party's house, who was still so-called rich, because this guy has become a sannyasi now, and he begged alms from his house. And Guru said, yes, you are humble now. So he has put his ego completely down. Otherwise, the another person will say, aa gaya sannyasi bhik mangne. The sannyasi has come to beg alms. So he will humiliate him. But Lal Babu, he's put all his pride down, and he had no pride. He had no pride. So many times we don't like few devotees. Radheshan Prabhu was saying in one of the classes, if we are able to please them, if you don't like them, and if you are able to please them, then the key of going back to Godhead is in our hand. Bhakti Tirth Maharaj also said the same thing. The devotee who is sort of upset with you, he has the key for you to go back to Godhead. Now we have to understand this statement in a proper context. Don't take it blindly. But the point is, a devotee, Dhira, Dhira, Priya Karo, Priya Jano. So Goswamis of Vrindavan, they were Priya to Dhiras and Adhiras. Dhira means devotees as well as rogues. So person who has this bhava, who has this prema, is very, very dear to everyone. Everyone. Once Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, everyone loves you so much. Prabhupada said, because I love them so much. And Prabhupada love was not fake. We can also say we love someone, but we don't mean it. Prabhupada said, they love me because I love them. So if it says, no, whatever you throw, that comes back. So if you throw love, love will come back. Now, in some cases, it may be different. Some Duryodhans are there, some Brahmins are there. But the point is, again, that's apattikal. Normally, if you distribute love, kindness, humility, it will come back. It will come back in most of the cases. Okay, Asha Banda. This is very nice. This is especially for sadhakas. Asha Banda. Hope against hope. Hope against hope. So it's a feeling of hopefulness versus hopelessness. I'll just read few lines. They're very beautiful. Firm faith that Krishna will deliver onto the highest perfection, even though one feels low and utterly unqualified to achieve it on its own. So, although we may be very unqualified, but because Krishna is very kind, my Guru Maharaj is very kind, I still have a chance to go back to Godhead. So many times devotees feel very unqualified, and that's fair. But we should never forget the mercy of Lord and Guru. We should not forget that. So we may be unqualified, and that is true. But Krishna is not unqualified. He is very qualified. Guru is very qualified. He's very potent. So based on the mercy factor of Guru and Krishna, devotees have hope. On their own, yes, I have so many demerits. I have so many anarthas. I can't go back to Godhead from my. Shipalad Prabhu was giving one class and he was saying, we're all mercy cases. We are not qualified cases. You cannot say, because I have achieved 98% in Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. Krishna, you have to take me in. I have passed with 98% marks. Krishna will take your certificate, tear into 2 or 3, say, go back. You turn to material world. You're not qualified. You're not qualified. Amog Leela Prabhu, gives that humorous clip little bit. When you land into the doors of Vaikuntha, you say, can I get in? How many marks do you have? And they ask about, how many Mangala Aartis, how many rounds, and how many it's reading, blah, blah, blah. They only get 8 marks. Hey, Bhagwan, only 8 marks. Okay, 2 grace marks. How are you going to get 100 marks? Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada. Okay, get in. So 90% marks is of mercy marks, basically. Mercy marks. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, I'm only made up of the mercy of devotees. So if we think we are very intelligent, we are very inspiring to others, we can do this seva very nicely. The way I do, wow. In Sydney, I am the best. Krishna is laughing at you. Krishna is laughing at you. Someone was saying, if you want to make Krishna laugh, tell him your plans. In 2026, I'll do this. 2027, I'll do this. And 2028, I'll do this. And Krishna is just laughing at this. Look at this person. So a real devotee feels a complete via media. If I'm able to do something, that's just due to the mercy of devotees and my Guru Maharaj. And through that, if I become better via media without any anarthas, I'll be able to do more seva. That's what Prabhupada was, and any acharya in that sense. And that's why external qualification did not matter. It says the hippies were not qualified to what they did, but they had full faith in Prabhupada. They served Prabhupada, they pleased Prabhupada without any duplicity, and Prabhupada empowered them. Okay, so this Ashavada, beautiful. It is a sort of combination of hopefulness and hopelessness. It is hopeless in one's capacity and somehow a hopefulness in the great incomparable mercy of Radha and Krishna, but this is executed on Bhava platform. So don't do it immaturely. You're still struggling with your 16 rounds and you're thinking, yeah, Krishna will do it. Sure, Krishna will do it, but are you putting your effort? Due to self-realization, one becomes fully aware of how insignificant and helpless one is. It is impossible for him to achieve anything on his own, not to mention achieving the highest, most rare thing, Krishna Prema. Thus, the devotee becomes despondent. However, self-realization also causes one to understand the omnipotence of the Lord and the unfathomable affection he has for all living entities. Therefore, although one is completely unable to achieve anything on his own, he is sure that Krishna will help him. Thus, he becomes fully confident of achieving the highest success in spite of his disqualification. This is a very nice, encouraging statement for all the sadhakas. Now, evidence is given by Rupa Goswami himself. Someone would like to read this, just a blue part, who haven't read anything or participated? Anyone?
I will do it, Prabhuji.
Sure, Mataji.
Evidence. Srila Rupa Goswami says, I have no love for Krishna, nor for the causes of developing love of Krishna, namely hearing and chanting. He is thinking that he has no ability to attain perfection in karma, jnana, or yoga. and the process of Bhakti Yoga, by which one is always thinking of Krishna and fixing his lotus feet in the heart, is also lacking in me. Even my hopes, he is thinking, are filled with material desires for my own happiness. My desire to attain you are mixed with the desires for my own pleasure, not even just desires to please you. So my
Let's stop
desire.
here. Does it match with any one of us so far? So these are our symptoms you can see on the screen written by Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami, obviously he's a Siddha, but when he's writing, or Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing, so when they write, this is the real situation of a conditioned soul. So we should not understand Rupa Goswami is like that, but he's writing the reality of all of us. So when we read that, that sort of matches, and that's nice, gives us some hope. Yes, Ramya Mataji.
My desires to attain you are mixed with the desires for my own pleasure, not even just desires to please you. So, my desire to attain your lotus feet, which is the root of my hope, right now is contaminated by my selfish desires. What should I do? What can I do? What hope do I have? This is called the hope against hope of someone in Bhava platform.
Thank you, Mataji. In Bhagavatam, it says when you chant one holy name of Ram or Krishna, tears should come from your eyes. I haven't had any so far. Anyone else had? Not sure, huh? The tears should come. And Bhagavatam himself says, if tears does not drop up from your eye, your heart is made up of steel. It's written in Bhagavatam, second canto. Huh? So your heart is not natural heart. Your heart is made up of steel, steel heart. So with this steel heart, how do you achieve Krishna? How do you achieve Krishna? Because tears are not coming out by chanting one holy name of the Lord. Every day we chant at least minimum 27,000 holy names. All of us, minimum. Huh? Someone may be chanting more of them. So our only hope is the mercy of his devotees. Yes, Sakhi Radhika Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Just a question. Prabhu, like we were reading about in the previous slides, we were understanding that the story of Lal Bandhu and
Lal Babu.
Lal Babu, sorry.
Yes,
and then understanding what Rup Goswami is writing, and also understanding that devotees who are on bhava level. So, Prabhu, in all these cases, there has been that some other people are either envious of them, or are having, or are creating problems. Even in Bhagavatam, even in case of Pandavas, these devotees are on a very high platform, and they are having these issues where some other people are envious of them or are creating problems. But in the story of Lal Bandhu, he, like, it is like that he the internal ego has to be cleared. उसको बोला गया कि तुम अपना ईगो तुम्हारा क्रश होगा तभी सही होगा. एट द सेम टाइम वी सी कि इवन रूप गोस्वामी की लाइफ में भी he had a lot of problems where somebody is out after his life also. So how do we understand devotees on that platform जो भाव level पे होते हैं, do they accept them as it is, or they don't have compassion? I don't understand, like how do they see,
how do they react to those situations,
or what is there in their heart कि अगर somebody is envious of us, generally our tendency is to feel bad, and is it because we are keeping ourselves, or is it they in their thought process do not keep themselves in the center, that's why they don't feel anything? How should we understand about how does a devotee at a bhava level feels it?
Okay. The best example is Arjuna Mataji, which comes to my mind. Arjuna is a prema bhakta of Krishna. And that's why in chapter 1, because he has so much prema, his heart is very, very soft. So he's thinking about others. And he's saying, even if I get killed, nihatte dhartarashran, even if I'm like without any weapons, and Dhartarashtrana, which is the son of Dhartaras, and Dhritarashtra kills me, I don't mind actually. I don't mind. Because he has so much emotion for others. So now how does he react? Whatever is, as your Guru Maharaj says, whatever is most favorable for your devotional life. So sometimes you may tolerate and sometimes you may react. Arjun reacted, obviously, but not on his own will. On his own will, his will was, okay, you can kill me. I'm going to go to jungle. I'm going to take sannyas. I don't want Rajya. That is his own will. But when Krishna said you have to fight, Karishya Vachanam Tava. So the short answer is, whatever is useful for your devotional life in that part of life, you do. Now, Bharat Maharaj, and you see in Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto, did not react to the dacoits. They're going to get chop off his head. He knew about it. He was not aware of it. He's like completely fine. He was not showing any sort of curiosity to get out. The person previous to him ran out of the dacoit's bondage. But Maharaj Bharat, completely, cool and calm, is like he was not living in the body. So the reaction will vary from stage to stage, Mataji. Yeah.
According to the
But
situation.
internally, they don't have any desperacy. If I meet this person next time, I'll tell him. I'll tell him. Yudhishthira Maharaj, he is known as Ajata Shatru. Although he killed many people in the war field, he's still called Ajata Shatru. In his mind, he is not thinking of killing, having no enmity towards other people. So this is what we say, Shastra says, we have to work on our mind. What our actions will be, we don't know. Sometimes Prabhupada also had to be very harsh. He said, actually, I'm a street man, no one can cheat me. Prabhupada said, I'm a street man, no one can cheat me. He said, in the morning, I give Bhagavatam class, in the afternoon, I go to the bank. You give me donation in one hand, I'll put my another hand as well. Prabhupada is in a Prema platform. He's an eternal associate, but still he got cheated. He had to fight court cases. He had to go through so much through his god brothers, through his own family, through his own wife. Just imagine, Prabhupada was alone for like almost 9-10 years, completely alone. No one knew him, practically speaking, but he was like trying, and says spiritually he was always successful.
So, Prabhu, to understand, in the 9 symptoms of bhava, the first one which we talked about was perseverance, becoming indifferent. So they do feel bad because Prabhupada did feel bad. So but they tolerate. Is that the case? That's what we understand?
Yes, Prabhupada said, when I will become frustrated, I'll come back and watch the ships going back to India. He will just watch and he will ask the ticket counter, how much is the ticket for India? And the ticket counter person said one day, you always come and ask the price, you never buy the ticket. He goes up to the price, but he never buys. He said, no, I'll wait one more month. And he tells to himself, one more month. Because in this Leela, you see, Prabhupada is also playing a Leela. Even Krishna does the Leela. He goes through emotions up and down. So Prabhupada is doing Leela. In that Leela, he was, he was alone. He was frustrated. There were so many obstacles coming in front of him. But he never gave up. He tells, I always give myself 1 month. When I recollect this pastime, it gives me a great hope. 1 more month. 1 more year. Some people will understand. 1 more year. 1 साल और देखते हैं, बाद में देखा जाएगा. So we can try. गुस्सा करना है, कल करेंगे. Tomorrow I'll get angry. Today, just let it be. Let it be. And always come back and think about it and then respond properly. Anyway.
So at bhava level, they might feel bad. They are not like they might feel hurt, but they do not respond.
Arjuna felt hurt when Abhimanyu was killed. Yeah.
Okay.
But again, his reaction was not, Abhi raat ko attack karna hai. No, he did not lose his dharma. He did not forget to ask Krishna. He was still under the shelter of Krishna. Yes, Mata.
Sure. Thank you.
Even the level of prema, they will feel bad. But they will respond in a prema way, not in a like a normal person's way. Okay, let's move forward. Samutkantha. Samutkantha. Utkantha means, what is Utkantha? Kantha means neck. Ut means upar. Upar. In India, you see, at least in the past, when I was a young kid, we'll go to the platform and with Utkantha, you wait for the train. Kab aayegi? And for 3 hours, you're standing on the platform, train doesn't arrive. There's no announcement. And then you are on platform 9, someone, oh, this coming on platform 6. You run all the way to platform 6. By the time you arrive platform 6, they say, no, it's on 9 only. You come back on 9. And then you have to look for your bogie. So much utkantha for a train, for example. So much utkantha for the exam results, blah, blah, blah. So utkantha. Samutkantha means samyak utkantha. So much eagerness you have in your heart. Suppose your 4-year-old child, goes out on the road. You're not aware of it. After 20 minutes, you come to know your child is not at home. What will happen to you, Sundar Gopal Prabhu? Heart attack. Heart attack. Where is my dear child? Every parent, I'm not saying just one parent here, every parent, isn't it? You'll get so many. The child is right there. Okay. Hare Krishna, Adidev Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank God you are home. Anyway, sorry.
Listen, the child is not here, so I thought you couldn't see me, so I showed you I'm here.
Oh, okay. You are such a good child. Thank you, Adi. Sorry, I'm just giving one example, funny example, so that we remember. What does Utkanta mean? When we love someone a lot, we have Utkanta. Someone goes to India, like, जाते ही phone करना, Singapore से phone कर देना, Malaysia से. Why? Because your heart is with them. You love them so much. So this is what the bhava of this devotee, some intense eagerness for achieving pure loving service. I don't have money, but I will steal Rasgulla. Beg, borrow, steal. I have to get the Rasgulla. So our Rasgulla is not a material Rasgulla. Krishna Prema, I have to get it. I have to get it in this lifetime. That's at least the target. Evidence, Bilwa Mangal Thakur. Someone would like to read this blue lines, beautiful lines. This is from Krishna Karnamrita, which is written by Bilwa Mangal himself.
Yeah.
I can read.
Sure.
I typed fast.
The blue one, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mata.
I am eagerly waiting to see that boy of Vrindavan, whose bodily beauty is captivating the whole universe, whose eyes are always bounded by black eyebrows and expanded like lotus petals, and who is always eagerly glancing over his devotees and therefore moving slightly here and there. His eyes are always moist. His lips are colored like copper, and through those lips there comes a sound vibration which drives one madder than a mad elephant. I want so much to see him at Vrindavan.
So this is called eagerness. This is in Bilomangal Thakur's verse. Beautiful translation. Okay, next one is Nam Gane Sada Ruchi. So it's very sort of Hindi word, very easy to translate. The Nam Gane, so chanting the holy name, Sada Ruchi. Anyone has this one? Nam Gane Sada Ruchi. You can hardly finish our 16 rounds. That also feels like a lot. 16 rounds. Wow. But this person in Bhava, Nam Gane Sada Ruchi, he doesn't finish his 16 rounds. One GVC member, it's a big GVC meeting was going on, and he said, I humbly have to submit you that I can't chant 16 rounds. And everyone else around him thinking, oh my God, another one. You know what I'm saying? So many problems comes in different people's life at different stages, and and no one is anyway. So everyone started thinking, not this, another person, another comes from tomorrow from ISKCON. He said, as soon as I finish my 16, I just cannot stop at 16. I have to do another 16. When I finish the second 16, I cannot stop at that 16. I have to do another 16. So I have to humbly say, I can't chant my 16 rounds. That does not mean cannot chant 16. He always chants more and more and more. So it's such a nice thing. So now we don't feel, at least I don't feel like that. But the person in Bhava stage has so much love for chanting the glories of Krishna. Evidence again from Bilwa Mangal Thakur. This is associates of Srimati Radharani. Oh Lord Govinda, the girl who is the daughter of King Vrishabhanu is now shedding tears, and she is anxiously chanting your holy name. Krishna, Krishna. This is from Srimati Radharani. You can understand how much ruchi she has. Our acharyas also have so much ruchi in Krishna Nam. Haridas Thakur was chanting 192 rounds every day. I heard in some temple, some devotees tried to do on his appearance day and disappearance day, chanting at least 128 rounds. So they will take a day off. They will get up at 11:30 p.m. the day before, obviously. At 12 a.m. they will be starting chanting. Whole day they are chanting, and goes till like 11:30 or something. 128 rounds, completely exhausted. One day, once in a year. And Haridas Thakur was doing that 192 rounds every single day until he finishes his round. Just for your information, he will not drink even a drop of water. No, that's too much. Sometimes we have to chant 16 and we're like, और हो गया ना, अभी break ले लेते हैं. गर्मा गर्म पराठा, इमरतीज, रबड़ी, ice cream. 4 round चल गया, 4 round हो गया, हाँ. There has to be some minimum. We do not touch anything. You serve Krishna, but you do not touch. Make a minimum. I don't know, 2, 4. Something has to be there. We will not going to take unless we have done this many rounds. So, Haridas Thakur, 3 lakh name. Unless I finish that, I cannot drink even drop. So he will finish basically, he literally take little alpahar, swalpahar, kunjam kunjam ahar, and then he start chanting again. That's what it is. Huh? There's no break to it, and he loved it. Okay. Asakti tas gunakhyane. So asakti is very, very inclined. Tad gunakhyane in singing the glories. Huh? So not only nama ruchi, the gunakhyane ruchi, addiction to glorifying Krishna's qualities. Bilavangal Thakur again in the same book. What shall I do for Krishna who is pleasing beyond all pleasurable conceptions and who is naughtier than all restless? Why the idea of Krishna's beautiful activities is attracting my heart and I do not know what can I do. Pritistada vasati sthale. The priti is love for tad vasati. Tad vasati means where Krishna has stayed. Jagannath Puri, Vrindavan, Mayapur, all these dham. Sthale. So wherever Krishna has stayed, the devotee has great eagerness to go to those places and stay there. And we see in Kartik, devotees go to Vrindavan, Mayapur or Puri, and they spend some time there so that they can get some more mercy of the Lord. Love for living the Lord's dham. Evidence in Padyavali. Someone would like to read this blue lines? Anyone?
Prabhuji, I would like to read.
Yes, please, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. In this place, the son of Maharaj Nanda used to live with his father, who was king of all cowherd men. In this place, Lord Krishna broke the cart in which the Saktasura demon was concealed. At this place, Damodara, who can cut the knot of our material existence, was tied up by his mother Yashoda.
So devotee goes to these spots and remembers all the Leela which had happened there, and he relishes it. He trying to absorb those Leela. He want to live in that Leela, want to enter into that Leela finally. Okay, so just quickly repeating all these 9 characters which we read. Shantir, which is perseverance, to remain tolerant and patient even amid great disturbance. Avyartha kalatam, utilization of time. Virakti, complete detachment from the heart, no force involved. Man shunyata, no pride in the heart of devotee. I am something. No, I am tranadapi sunichena tarorapi saishvana. So, Asha Bandha, he's hopeful. He is hopeless from his side, but very hopeful from Krishna's side. Samutkantha, intense eagerness for achieving Krishna prema, not intense eagerness for other things. Like we are very have Samutkantha for material things, but he has Samutkantha for achieving pure love of Godhead. Nam Gane Sadaruchi and Asakti Sada Gunakhyane. So chanting the glories of Krishna all the time, singing the pastimes and qualities of Krishna all the time. Priti Sada Vasati Stale. Always desiring to go and live in Dham. Okay. Any questions or comments in this 9 symptoms before we step to the second topic of this chapter, which is the last topic?
Prabhuji, just
yes.
Can you give an example of Prabhupada ji that he's packing his bags and thinking of going? I think Prabhupada, when I was reading Prabhupada Lila Amrit, it's mentioned in the introduction itself that Prabhupada is a Nitya Siddha.
Yes.
So he's doing a Leela, right, to teach.
Yeah. But when he is there, he is not thinking that I'm doing the Leela. Even Krishna does that.
Yes.
Like Krishna
That's
spends
why I
time.
want to understand. That was my question.
Yeah. So Yoga Maya. So we are all under Maya, but we are under, many of us, not all of us, under Mahamaya. I am. And many of the devotees are under Yoga Maya. So they also forget the existence of Krishna. They also forget. Even Krishna also forgets under Yoga Maya. In that situation, Prabhupada doesn't know who he is. And I'm the friend of Krishna. I can just make a one WhatsApp call to Krishna and say, Hare Krishna, Krishna, how are you? Can you send, 40 people? I'm in America, San Diego. I need some help with Rath Yatra. No, it's not going to happen. So Prabhupada worked very, very hard.
Yeah, but Prabhupada ji, in his whole life, he has shown a lot of examples that Krishna is with him always.
Yeah, so that is completely from the perspective of a normal person, which is achieving the siddhata, achieving the perfection. Like most of us here, we are if we become sadhana siddha, one day, sadhana siddha, we are doing our sadhana, and through that sadhana, one day, maybe we'll achieve it. But Prabhupada is like Nitya Siddha. But when he comes to the material world, he is completely acting as a normal human being. Lord Ram also came and acting as a normal human being. Many times he will show his Bhagavata, but he's just a normal person.
Thank you.
In that, Prabhupada is hungry, Prabhupada is sick, Prabhupada is facing issues, Prabhupada is getting frustrated, all those things which happen to you and me. was exhibited by Prabhupada as well. But internally, he had such a great faith. Okay, let's move forward.
Prabhuji,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that, so even though he acted like a normal person, like he was under the Yoga Maya potency, deep down, would he know that his position back in the spiritual world?
Yes. Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada actually himself said, if I tell you who I am, you will faint. Prabhupada said. Prabhupada had that deep connection, but that was like, not the constant thing then. And meantime, Prabhupada said, when he was asked, how do you know what Krishna wants? Prabhupada said, I just ask with full confidence, and not that he's lying. I just ask Krishna. Huh? At the same time, when he was fighting court cases, he was not like, no, I know what's going to happen tomorrow. Huh? I know this person will get killed. I know we will win or we will lose. Prabhupada lost as well. Like Prabhupada or his devotees, many times they had to, do some replacement activities. So it's not that always they were winning, they were losing as well. So there are movements, definitely. Deep down they know, but externally they act on a level of just a normal person, normal sadhaka. But internally, as we were reading in the previous chapter as well, there's external deha and internal deha. Rupa Goswami also, Sanatana Goswami comes and tells Rupa Goswami, sorry, other way. Rupa Goswami tells Sanatana Goswami, today, Bhaiya, is your birthday. I wish, he thinks actually about it. I wish I could offer some kheer to my brother. Today is his birthday. Radharani recognizes the desire of Rupa Goswami. She comes as a young girl. She makes the kheer. Baba, I got some milk and rice so that you can make kheer. He said, and I can make for you. He said, Lali, you go inside. You can make the kheer. I'm busy writing books. So Lali went inside. Radharani went inside. She made the kheer. She came out. Okay, Baba, the kheer is very, very hot. Just wait for some time. Okay, Lali, Hare Krishna. And then Sanatana Goswami comes and he eats the kheer. He said, where did you get this kheer from? One chota beti came, one Lali came and she came and she made the. And Sanatana Goswami, just by eating, recognized it has to be from Srimati Radharani. And he's chastising Rupa Goswami. We are in Vrindavan to serve Radharani, not to take service from Radharani. Raghunath Das Goswami, same thing. Sanatan is chastising. You are here to take service from Radharani? You are aparadhi. He is not aparadhi. But imagine, this is how the love is. I am here to serve my Lord. Anyway, sorry, some things. So yeah, they also exhibit all these external symptoms.
Prabhuji, just to add our conversation, when ISKCON Vrindavan was building, Srila Prabhupada was the one who designed the deities for Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna. And so many people asked. So I was just reading the glorification. It was very good. If you find time to everyone, please watch that glorification.
Please
So
share
many
the link,
Prabhupada
Prabhuji.
disciples has shared their views that Srila Prabhupada just imagine the temple and it built, and architect, designed it the same way. Even the deities, which Srila Prabhupada said, it's perfect how the deities has made.
So Surabhi Prabhupada disciple, who was an architect, was
Yes.
inspired by Prabhupada. And Prabhupada literally asked him a paper. He drew the deities and the temple altar right on the spot. And obviously that drawing of Prabhupada was manifested by the proper architect, and that's how we see the temple. So yeah, amazing things happen. Prabhu, please share the link, huh? We'll share in this
There
group.
is a glorification YouTube
Yeah.
link. I will share.
Okay, you can send it to Sundar Gopal Prabhuji.
Prabhu, quickly, what Ujjwal Rasmataji was saying, I wanted to just, like in that thing, I wanted to ask. Prabhupada once said to his friend, one fool will do this, when he was saying, who will do it?
Yes.
And Prabhupada said that one fool will do it.
Mr. Shastri.
Yeah, and he said that, like, he knew he will do it, but at the age of 70, he was waiting. Like, sometimes I get this question. Do they also know the Nitya Siddhas? They don't know the right time also when they will do. I mean, I was just thinking, reading it, I was thinking he knew I will do it, and he was waiting for that long. So what I don't know how.
I think
Right,
we
what
can't really understand how they
understand.
think and how they manifest all the leelas. Prabhupada was going around and getting his money back from different businesses. You can see, so how he's doing all this. But when he's doing that, he's just doing his business. Huh? You've taken the medicines, you have not paid money, give me my money back. No one gave him the money. Huh? Practically everyone cheated him basically. Huh? Prabhupada lost his business, lost his families. His 4 children was very angry at Prabhupada. 4 children never made any contact with Prabhupada after he established ISKCON actually. One even sued ISKCON. Krishna Maharaj saved ISKCON in that sense. So, so much anger against Prabhupada, against his own father, just because they thought he didn't do the right thing. They thought, because everyone has their own views. So, Prabhupada girl never talked to Prabhupada. Prabhupada boy, the younger one, never talked. He was so angry at Prabhupada. So, how do you understand? Prabhupada was not angry at them. Prabhupada made arrangements actually for his wife, for his children, something he arranged. Anyway, so yes, hard, Mataji, for us to understand when those feelings were there, when we're not there. Maybe one day, by Guru Maharaj mercy, you'll understand. And then that day you tell me.
No, Prabhu. I just wanted to
Yeah,
understand.
but
Just
yeah, it's pretty, I think unreachable topic with our.
Prabhupada's granddaughter became a devotee. She lives in Mayapur now.
Jai Hari Bol. Okay, let's move forward in our Rati, chapter 18. So next topic, Rupa Goswami introduces, Prabhupada introduces Rati Abhas. Abhas means a semblance, a shadow sort of thing. So Ratyabhas, that's the word. So that's why you'll see the word Rati will be R-A-T-I and Ratyabhas will be R-A-T-Y and Abhas. Okay, so when a neophyte or non-devotee displays emotions that resemble the symptoms of bhava, it is known as Ratyabhas, a mere reflection of bhava. So this is not real bhava, it's a reflection of bhava. But that's also seen, so Rupa Goswami is putting that here. So there are two types, Pratibimba and Chaya. So I put the Sanskrit words here, which I like. In the book, you may not have the Sanskrit word, but that's fine. It's the same thing. This I have got from Dhanurdhar Maharaj book, what we are reading here. So Pratibimba Ratyabhas or Chaya Ratyabhas. So there are two types. So Pratibimba Ratyabhas, the definition is, English word is reflective attachment. When there are apparent qualities of Rati accompanied by desires for enjoyment. See, so apparent qualities of Rati, but what is your desire? For enjoyment and liberation. It is called the Pratibimba or reflection Ratyabhas. This Pratibimba Ratyabhas awards the goal of enjoyment and liberation to those persons without their having to exert effort. So that's why they say sometimes even one name of Ram and Krishna can give you, unlimited things. Even material things, right? Not that we chant Ram Krishna's name for material things, but they can award, they have the potency because this person has this motives inside in his heart, enjoyment and liberation. But sometimes he may exhibit the symptoms of Rati, some of the symptoms at least we can see momentarily. Someone may execute devotional service with an ulterior motive for fruitive gain or liberation. Sometimes they say, oh, this person is very rich. I will also start chanting 16 rounds. I'll also become rich. It hardly happens, but it may happen. That's very nice, actually. That's very nice to start with. I heard someone is in a lecture as well. I don't know this person. Someone started chanting Hare Krishna 16 rounds every day just because he was very envious and angry to this person who was chanting 16 rounds. Or maybe more. He was famous. He was famous in the society. So another person who had envy towards this person started chanting 16 rounds. Don't ask me what happened. I heard that clip somewhere. But that was very nice starting point, 16 rounds a day. While performing devotional activities in the association of advanced devotees, such a person may experience symptoms that resemble ecstasy because genuine ecstasy of advanced devotees are reflecting upon the mirror of his heart. So he may look at some Maharaj or something and think, I can also become very nice, very popular, and this and that. Internally, he may have these desires. So externally, he may represent some symptoms sometimes. Second, Chaya Ratyabhas, shadow attachment, that which has some similarity to real Rati, which possesses a small amount of interest in the Lord. So he does not have big interest. He has a small interest, which is unstable and which destroys suffering is called Chaya Ratyabhas. Example is you go on Harinam, sometimes some people join you. Hare Krishna, they dance at you, they laugh at you, they go all the way sometimes. Sometimes I went on Harinam many, many years ago, and one drunkard joined us. And he followed us from beginning to end. He was dancing more than any devotees as well. Full ecstasy with the bottle in hand. He was dancing with all of us for full 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Full. He attended the full Harinam party that day. Now, can you call he's a devotee? Not really. But he did devotional act actually. On that time, he danced all the way, 1 hour or something. And yeah, it's very nice act, but he was drunkard. What will happen tomorrow to this person, we don't know. But he has done such a nice Sukriti, such a nice act. He doesn't even know probably what is Hare Krishna, but he was performing that act. So this is also an example of Chaya Ratyabhas. Sometimes some people go to Vrindavan. अब तो मैं पूरा सब कुछ छोड़ के वृंदावन चली जाऊंगी या चला जाऊंगा. I'll just quit everything. It only lasts for 2 days, and third day they can't even chant one round. So they visit Vrindavan, they get very impacted by the temples and by sadhus of Vrindavan. But that emotional thing lasts only for some time. They don't have any wrong interest, but they feel emotional about it. Lasts only for some time, and then they come back to normal life. Okay, so Prithvi Ratyabhas and Chaya. There are two prakars of Rati, two types of Rati, you can say. Now, how do you transform? Prabhupada writes, transforming Ratyabhas into genuine bhava. Prabhupada writes here, the power of the devotees is the only cause of both semblances of ecstasy, which is Chaya and Pratibimba. If one serves these devotees, his imitative attachment can transform into genuine attachment. That's very nice. So even if someone has imitation, if he starts serving devotees nicely, I'm remembering one pastime of a person who was, I forgot his name, I'm trying to remember his name. Anyway, he was a cursed person, he was a Gandharva. Anyway, he became cursed and he came down to material world, and he became a doctor. He started, he fell in love with a lady who was very, very beautiful. And this lady knew about this curse of this person. So she said, I can only marry you if you serve Vaishnavas, I think 1,000 or 1,300 Vaishnavas, 1,100 Vaishnavas every day for 1 year. He said, I don't have that sort of money. But because he wanted to get this lady, he said, yes, yes, I will do it. He didn't know how he's going to do it. So he started serving 1,100 Vaishnavas every day. And she said, you have to fan them, you have to feed them with your own hands, you have to take the dust of their lotus feet. So he had no interest in Vaishnava Seva, but because he wanted to get this girl, he did that. And then after a while, his money ran out, so he started stealing money. Because he wanted not get the dust of Vaishnavas, he wanted to get this lady. After 1 year, he got completely purified. So he did many wrong things in between as well. But the point here is, if you serve Vaishnavas consistently, long period of time, you will get the benefit.
Prabhu, there's also one Alvar similar to this story.
Yes, that's the Alvar name I'm trying.
Tirumangai Alvar.
Huh?
Tirumangai Alvar.
Tirumangai Alvar. Thank you so much, Prabhu. I was trying to remember the name, but I couldn't. Yeah, so this is the one, Prabhu. And this lady was also Apsara, actually. She also got cursed, but she remembered this doctor, Gandharva. He didn't remember his curse. So lady later said, I knew. You're interested in me, not in Vaishnavas, but I wanted to, give you that gift. So it was a great gift of that lady. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada explains, such attachment is seen manifested even in some common man. By the association of a pure devotee, it can bring one to the perfectional stage. But such attachment to Krishna cannot be invoked in a person without his being sufficiently blessed by the association of pure devotees. So we cannot get it just like overnight. You have to go to the extent of serving them and getting their real blessings. Coming to the platform of Rati, can be mercy of Uttamadhikari, visiting holy places like Vrindavan and Mathura, performing devotional activities in the association of pure devotees. That can speed up your process. So if you want to get bhava, there are 3 ways. Get the mercy of Uttamadhikari, visit the holy places again, get the mercy of Dham and Dham Vasis, and perform devotional service in the association of pure devotees while you're in Sydney Dham, Radha Gopinath temple. So if we do that, even in our day-to-day life, our journey will be very speed up. Extinction of Ratyabhas. So if you want to go other way, so the way you achieve it, if you do it other way, you lose it. Serious offense at the feet of pure devotees reduce Ratyabhas to almost nil. So again, it's any abhas, Ratyabhas or Bhavabhas. If you commit any serious offense to a lotus feet of a devotee, you're going to lose it. So devotee can bless you with the Rati, devotee can take it away. Now, devotee personally will not take it away, but Krishna will take it away, because Krishna doesn't like the disrespect of his devotee. So again, it's a very, very powerful statement, both positive and negative. So we have to try, we respect devotees. Even if you don't agree with them, don't disrespect them. Try to maintain a distance at least for some time till the mind is settled or something. But yeah, it can be very dangerous for us. Less serious offense produces an inferior quality of attachment. Attachment to staunch monist Monismus, Mayavadis, will cause bhava to dwindle to abhas, and ultimately one will end up in identifying himself with the object of his worship. We see some examples in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Devotees also got attracted. Advaitacharya's some son became Mayavadi sannyasi. So there are some examples there. So because they were associating with Mayavadis. So yeah, we should try that as well. Okay, last slide. Very important point. What if the person on Bhava platform apparently does some faults? So he has some faults in his nature. So it's very important point. So we should not start judging others, because judgment can be very dangerous. So let's read what Prabhupada is saying. If a person on the platform of Bhava appears to have some fault, how should we understand this? Srila Rupa Goswami explains that all the Bhava has arisen, it has not yet completely destroyed all sinful reactions. Example is Bharat Maharaj. One should disregard such false understanding that the devotee will soon apiche sudaracharo bhajte mam ananya bhag. Shipram bhavati dharmatma. Actually, the next verse is Shipram bhavati dharmatma. Krishna says Shipram. Shipram means very fast he will become dharmatma. So you should not judge, oh, this devotee is fallen, this devotee is doing that. That is between him and Krishna and probably his guru. We are no one to judge him or pass a comment on him. So one should disregard such faults basically. Srila Prabhupada said the example is given that on the full moon there are some spots which may appear to be poke marks. Still the illumination spread by the full moon cannot be checked. Similarly, a little fault in the midst of volumes of devotion service is not at all to be counted as fault. Because we are very good in finding fault, isn't it? Some of us at least, if not all of us. Fault finding tendency is there in all of us, greater or lesser degree. Should try to reduce it to zero. Reduce it. Unless it's your seva, you're authorized to do that. Parents, are authorized to correct their children, again in a nice way, obviously. They're authorized. The guru is authorized to chastise the disciple. Are we authorized to correct other devotees? If you are, yeah, go for it. If you're not, be careful. Be careful. Otherwise, it can backfire, actually. It can backfire. I'm trying to correct this devotee. Hang on a second. Maybe not needed. Okay, there's a verse there, 1359 by Rupa Goswami. I will not read that. Jiva Goswami's country is very beautiful. He says, Apavitra, which we read every day. Apavitra pavitra va sarvastam gutopiva ya smarit pundrikaksham sabhaya abhyanta suchi. So even if someone is contaminated, just by remembering Krishna, pundrikaksha, he becomes purified. So we should not look at those faults, some slight things, too seriously. Keshav Maharaj says, even if you're not responsible authority for that, someone is something, just park your doubts for a minute, for a month. Park your doubts. Just maybe I don't have enough context to pass judgment, right? So park those things. You may have some valid doubts unless you find a proper person who can clarify you. Okay. Chapter 19, Prema Bhakti. So this is the goal of all of the studies of NOD. We have a little less time, but we'll see how far we go. And if 1 or 2 slides are left, we'll do it next week with our wrap-up session. Okay, so this is the 4th wave, devotional service in pure love of God. So as we all know, there's sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti, and prema bhakti. So this is the last one, the complete perfection. BRS 1.4.1. So this is the 4th wave which you are talking, the 4th canto, you can say. The first verse represents the definition of prema. So let's read it. Samyak mrashanito swanto mamata ati shayantikaha bhava sa ev sandratma buddhaiha prema nigatyate. So when bhava becomes extremely condensed, it is called prema by the learned. It softens the heart completely and produces extreme possessiveness of the Lord in the experiencer. So here, beautiful definition again. We'll start from the 4th line. Buddhaiha prema nigadyate. So nigadyate means it is called Uchate, similar sort of thing, which we read in Bhava. Buddhaiha. Buddhai means learned people call this prema. So Rupa Goswami is being very careful. He is just saying this definition of prema is given by learned people. So not anyone will say it, learned people. So learned people call this nigadyate prema. What is prema? Samyan mrashnito swanto. So this is, so now in bhava, the heart was started getting melted. It's not completed. The process is not complete. Suppose you're boiling a sabji, boiling aloo. 1 CT enough? No. 2 CT enough? Maybe 4 CTs. Then Mama will say, okay, close the gas. So we need 4 CTs. And Mohit Prabhu can disagree with me because he makes it bulk. He cooks like, I don't know, 50 kilos of potato for 1,000 people. So he will say, Prabhu ji, 40 CTs chahiye. इतने सारे आलू है. Anyway, you understand? So 1 CT, 2 CT से नहीं चलेगा, हाँ? So bhava is the starting state, you can say. Obviously, the heart is melting, but prema is the complete perfection of that meltness. Now it is complete. The process is complete. The meltness is complete. Now butter has become ghee. Isn't it, Mohit Prabhu? Ghee बन गया. So complete हो गया. अभी बाबू जी हो गया. बंद कर दो गैस. So prema, you can say, is the perfection. Huh? So mamatva atishayantika. So mamat means mera. So initially when we start going to temple, we say, Gopinath, hum to aapke hi hain. We are yours, Gopinath. Please have some mercy. Isn't it? That's what we say. Hum aapke jan hain. Huh? Hum aapke jan hain. Hari jan. It's also a very sweet word. But when you have prema in your heart, we don't say hum aapke hain. Hum aapke hain kaun? Is that the one? हम आपके हैं. Rather you say, आप मेरे हैं. You are mine. You are Krishna, you are mine. I don't say Krishna, I belong to you. Krishna belongs to me. Can a mother say to a child, oh child, please take me in your shelter, I am yours? No, no. What do you say to your child? You are my child. A mother will say, you are my child. Huh? That's how the mother or father will recognize. Janaki, you are mine. Would you say, Janaki, I am yours? Huh? That you will say when she is, maybe 30-year-old or something. Anyway. So you understand the point here? Huh? So, mamatva. Mamatva means you are mine. So devotee of Krishna has so much bhava that you are mine. Okay, let's read the definition in great detail. Now, this is another definition. This is from Narada Pancharatra. Narad Muni has given this definition, and Rupa Goswami is putting that as a reference point just to justify his definition as 1.4.2. This is the second verse in this fourth page. Ananya Mamta Vishnu. So same thing Narad Muni is right. Ananya Mamta in Vishnu. Mamata prema sangata bhaktir iti uchate. This is called bhakti. This is prema bhakti. Iti uchate by whom? Bhishma, Prahlado, Uddhava, Naradaiha. So Narad Muni is writing his own name in his own verse. Huh? So 4 people, which Rupa Goswami calls as Budhai hai. Budhai means learned people have called this as prema. Who are the learned people in this definition? Bhishma, Prahlad Maharaj, Uddhavji, and Narad Muni. Huh? They are saying this prema. What is the definition? Ananya Mamta Vishnu, Mamata Prema Sangata. So similar thing, Narad Muni is saying, which Rupa Goswami has said. When one develops an unflinching sense of ownership or possessiveness, mamatva in Lord, in relation to the Lord Vishnu, or in other words, when one thinks Vishnu and no one else to be the only object of love, such an awakening is called bhakti by exalted persons like Bhishma, Prahlad, Uddhav, and Narada. So you can see the interlink between verse 1 and verse 2. Sri Rupa Goswami confirms the definition of Prema Bhakti with the following quote. In Narad Pancharatra, it is clearly said that when lust is transferred to the Supreme God and the concept of kinship is completely reposed in him, such is accepted as pure love of God by great authorities like Bhishma, Prahlad, Uddhav, and Narada. He explains further, great authorities like Bhishma have explained that love of Godhead means completely giving up so-called love for any other person. According to Bhishma, love means reposing one's affection completely upon one person, withdrawing all affinities for any other person. Iti matir upakalpita vitrishna. So Bhishma is just withdrawing everything from the world and putting all one-pointed attention to Krishna. And he says, I want to marry my daughter. I want to marry my daughter with you. And who's the daughter of Bhishma? Yes, Mati. Yes, Mati. Viraj Prabhu explains nicely. Mahasu Prabhu is smiling. He knows all these verses nicely. So very nice verses. So Bhishma Pitama, he's an authority. He's an Mahajan. So he's giving the examples of those. Okay. So primary characteristics. What are the primary characteristics which we read for Bhava, for example, too? So here, this primary for Prema. Bhava sa eva sandratma. It is the intensified state of Bhava. So it is Bhava. So Bhava and Prema are same. Like I said, Bhava is the kali, is the bud. And Prema is the fully blossomed flower. So Bhava and Prema. Bhava is refers to a Prema Suryanshu. And what is Prema? Prema. Prema Surya. So he is the complete sun. That was Suryanshu. This is complete sun. Secondary characteristics, 2 of them. So primary here is only one. In bhava there was two. In secondary, in bhava there were two. In prema there are also two. What are the secondary characteristics? Samyan Marshanito Swanto. It completely softens the heart. Not in the half stage, not in the 50%, not 60%, not 20%, 100% melting of the heart. Mamatva Atishaya Ankitaha. Atishay Ankit means impressed. We have our Ankit Prabhu. Impression. Ankit means impression. Atishay Ankita, deep impression. What is the deep impression for? Mamatva. Lord is mine. Yashoda Maya is looking at Krishna's mouth, the Brahmanda Leela. So when she looks into the mouth of Krishna, what does she see? Lots of Brahmanda. She even sees Yashoda Maya. And after this Leela, what happens? She started praying pranams. Now, Arjun also, when he sees the Virat Rupa of Krishna, he started doing pranam. What's the difference between Yashoda Maya pranam and Arjun's pranam? Sanjay Vyas Prabhu. So Arjun also doing pranam to Krishna. Oh Krishna, please forgive me. I've eaten with you, I've slept with you, I've done some mockery with you. Please forgive me. Yashoda Maya also doing pranam. Is it same pranam? Yashoda Maya realizing what I have done to my son? What's the difference, Prabhu, if you remember? Okay, no problem. No problem. So Yashoda Maya is doing pranam not to Krishna but to Narayan. Hey Narayan, what has happened to my son? Look at his mouth. Little dirt was okay. It is the whole Brahmanda of dirt is inside is not. Hey Narayan, please protect my son. So Yashoda Maya, by looking at Krishna's mouth, not doing pranam to Krishna, he is doing pranam to Narayan, who is Krishna himself, a part of Krishna. He is doing pranam to Narayan. Please Narayan, protect my son. But he is my son. He is my son. He cannot be anything else. He can kill Kaliya, he can chastise Kaliya, he can lift the Govardhan, but he is my son. Sometimes Narayan Avesh comes in him. So Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, Brajavasis, Gopi, they can never ever imagine Krishna as God. Keshav Maharaj said so. Brajavasis don't love Krishna because he is God. They love Krishna because he is Krishna. He happened to be God. He happened to be God. You love your brother or your mother not because they are Prime Minister of India, just because they are your mother. So you love someone not because they have $1 million or they look very good, they are very famous. You love them because you love them. It says God loves us not because what we are. God loves us because what He is. What we are, God will never love us, isn't it? We are a pack of dirt, pack of anarthas. At least I can talk about myself. Full calm, krodh, lobh, moh, mad, matsar. Sometimes I think like all the oceans of it are inside. Oceans of it, not the drops of it. But God still loves us. Devotees still loves us. So it's their mercy. They love us. They respect us. They care for us. So this mamatva is very, very important. Initially, when you go to Krishna, you say, Krishna, I'm mine. Krishna, I am yours. But later on, you say, Krishna, you are mine. Gopinath, you are mine. And you see that in some devotees. That it looks so nice, so nice. They really love Krishna. मैं गोपीनाथ को कुछ नहीं होने दूंगा. I will never let Gopinath down. I will never let my Guru Maharaj down. So this very nice feelings. Okay, so Tadiya to Mamatta. Tadiya means Krishna, I'm yours. Mamatta means Krishna, you are mine. It's a very big thing. You should not do it prematurely. Otherwise, you'll become Sahajiya. Okay, as we read how to achieve Bhava Bhakti, now he is Rupa Goswami writing how to achieve Prema Bhakti. Again, by the maturation of Bhava, which is again constantly going forward by working hard. Another can be the extraordinary mercy of the Lord. So the first one, Prema arising from maturation of Bhava. So Vaidhi Bhavotho or Raga Nugya Bhavotho. So the Bhava, the Prema which arises through the marg of Vaidhi or Prema which arises from the marg of Raga. So this can be two marga. So Vaidhi means Prema arising from Bhava achieved through Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, or you have achieved the Bhava through Raga Nuga sadhana bhakti. If you remember, like both sadhana, both types of sadhana will end up in Bhava, whether you've done Vaidhi sadhana bhakti or Raga Nuga bhakti. But the end up destination will be different. So if you have achieved Bhava through Raga Nuga bhakti, what will be the destination? Vrindavan. If you achieved Bhava through Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, what will be the destination? Vaikuntha. So the destination will vary, but the marga is sort of same. Now, Prema arising from Bhava achieved through Vaidhi sadhana. Let's skip that one. And prema arising from bhava achieved through raganuga. So we discussed the example of Chandrakanti, same thing. No? So Chandrakanti had this raganuga, a spontaneous attraction for Krishna, and eventually she says, Krishna is my lover. I cannot live without Krishna. It says, by this practice, she achieved bhava, at which point she decided to accept no one else besides Krishna as her husband. This complete indifference to anyone other than Krishna is one of the 9 symptoms of bhava, namely virakti. By maturation of her bhava bhakti, she began to constantly engage in meditation on Krishna's form with the concept, Krishna is my lover. This indicates mamatva, symptom of prema. Okay. Now, the second one is prema achieved by the extraordinary mercy of Krishna. There's a statement in Srimad Bhagavatam 11:12:7. This is Krishna speaking with Uddhava, Uddhava Gita. Lord Krishna tells Uddhava, the gopis of Vrindavan did not study the Vedas to achieve me, nor had they ever been in holy places of pilgrimage, nor did they ever devoutly execute any regulative principles. Now, gopis were not saying, oh, today I broke a regulative principle, today I touched Pyaj and Lasun, huh? Gopis are not doing, oh, I only chanted 15 rounds, there's one more round to go. Gauranga Prabhu was saying, Sanjay Prabhu will know, I heard in a lecture, Arjun never said to Krishna on the chariot, hey, take the chariot on the side, I got 4 rounds to do. Today I only chanted 12 rounds in the morning, I still have 4 rounds to do. Can you take the chariot on the side? He is so good in presenting these concepts. Huh? He is a prema bhakta. Draupadi, Arjun, they're all eternal associates of the Lord. Huh? So they don't have to do that. And gopis as well. Nor did they undergo any kind of austerity. It is simply by my association they have attained the highest perfection of devotional service. Now, we have to understand this. Krishna is talking about Nitya Siddha gopis, because gopis are also many types, right? Some are sadhana siddha gopis, so we're not denying that. But majority, you can say, Nitya Siddha, they came from Golok Vrindavan with Krishna. They are eternal associate of Krishna. They didn't have to perform all this Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav, chant their rounds, and where is your sadhana card, and why your sadhana going so low these days? You're not reading. Why is your video not on? What is happening to your attendance? All these regulative principles, they don't have to do all that because they are eternal associate of the Lord. Just by the association of the Lord, they achieve the perfection. Okay, types of prema. Now, someone rang me today. Prabhu, what are the types of prema? So here is the answer, Prabhuji. It is from the book, it's not from me. So there are 2 types here, we can say, by our acharyas, Mahatmya Gyan Prema or Keval Prema. So Mahatmya Gyan means when we have Gyan of Mahatmya of Krishna. Mahatmya again mixed with knowledge of the Lord's majesty. Keval Prema, unmixed, pure Prema. This is Vrindavan, you can say. Huh? Mahatmya Gyan is Vaikuntha Prema. Again, no one is lower or higher. Don't feel like that. So the people are in Vaikuntha, the devotees in Vaikuntha are completely perfect. Huh? So we should never ever have this feeling in our mind that they are sort of lower side. No, nothing like that. They are perfect devotees. They are prema bhaktas. But it's just for the categorization, the taste, you know. Some, if you have to say, sabji or kheer, huh? Kheer is sweet, sabji is savory. But this is how it is, and it's perfect. It's perfect if you love that sabji. Narada Pancharatra, I read this as it is very beautiful, illustrates prema imbued with knowledge of Lord's greatness. If on account of profound veneration for the greatness of the Supreme Lord, one attains a great affection and steady love for him, one is certainly assured of achieving the 4 kinds of Vaishnava liberation. So this is from Narada Pancharatra about Mahatmya Gyan Prema. So let's read the definition for Keval Prema. If a devotee is continuously in love with Lord Krishna and his mind is always fixed upon him, that devotional attitude will prove to be the only means of attracting the attention of the Lord. In other words, a Vaishnava who is always thinking of the form of the Lord Krishna is to be known as a pure Vaishnava or Keval Premi. So devotees, now who will attain this Mahatmya Gyan Prema? Devotees who have come from Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, they will achieve Mahatmya Gyan Prema. And devotees who have come from Raganuga Marga, they will achieve Keval Prema. And you can see these 2 pictures here. Very clear difference, right? So Vaikuntha and Golok Vrindavan. Both complete, both perfect. It's just a different mood that particular soul has for interacting with the Lord. So Mahatmya Gyan Prema is Vaikuntha, coming from Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Keval Prema is Golok Vrindavan as a destination, coming from Raganuga Bhakti. Is it clear with everyone? It's very simple actually. Okay, no questions? All clear? Thank you. Now there's some more points. This is from Dhanurdhar Maharaj. This chart is from Dhanurdhar Maharaj. I really liked it. I'll just put it. Whatever I said, this is from this chart only. So from sadhana, I'm going from bottom to top. So from sadhana, you can have Vaidhi sadhana and Raganuga, right? So which we all know. From Vaidhi, you go towards Bhava. Then you go to Vaidhi Bhavotho. If you go from Raganuga towards Bhava, that is called Raganugya Bhavotho. So Raga Nugya Bhavatva will end up in Keval Prema. Vaidhi Bhavatva will end up in Mahatma Gyan Prema. They are both Prema and perfect in their own way. Okay. Simple chart just to say from bottom to top. Yes, Prasanna Prabhu.
So that means we are practicing Vaidhi Bhakti, right? So we will
At
be.
the moment, yes, Prabhuji. At the moment,
Right.
we are under Vaidhi Bhakti, yes.
No, once we perfect, so we'll go to Vaikuntha.
No, the target is Golok Vrindavan, but how that will happen, Prabhuji, that your Guru Maharaj will decide.
Okay.
And that basically says comes down to the sincerity of the sadhaka, how nicely he's following his Guru Maharaj instruction. So this question is for Jayapataka Maharaj. He may not reveal the answer. Up to him. You may be eligible to hear the answer from Maharaj. Anyway, this is the pathway, Prabhu. Who will end up where we don't know.
Okay, Prabhu.
In Leela, we have Murari Gupta, who's a devotee of Lord Ram, not a devotee of Lord Krishna, but he's perfect. He's perfect. So that's why I'm saying again and again, this is not something higher or lower. This is just two different products. You can say, right? There is a mango. Mango is also very good. Apple is also very good, huh?
But is it like, Prabhu, like our ISKCON thing is designed to be
Yes.
like
Kevala
going to
Bhakti.
Vaikuntha only?
Yes. No, Golok Vrindavan. It's
But
designed in such a way so that you end up in Golok Vrindavan. But on the journey, when you are purified enough, you will go towards Lord Ram or Lord Vishnu automatically, or Narsingadev. Automatically, you will just move towards that direction. And then you'll be guided by devotees, how, when, and all those things. But yeah, the design is meant for you and us, all of us, to go back to Golok Vrindavan. That's why we talk so much about it.
no, like, the deity worship and all this, it's like, in the Aishwarya Bhav.
Yes,
It's not
because we are
the.
in the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti rules and regulations.
Okay. But some Sampradaya, they do it like, other way, I heard.
Shri Sampradaya, absolutely, Prabhu.
No, within Gaudiya, they even how Radha Krishna is worshipped is also different. Like,
And then many times Sahajiyas are also there, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but our mark at the moment is Vaidhi Sadhana, guiding by Prabhupada and all the acharyas, and we're just trying to follow those rules and regulations. There's not many people who have the spontaneity, but there are many advanced devotees as well, but they still follow. Even Radhanath Maharaj, Jayapataka Maharaj, they also chant their 16 rounds. Not that they need it, but they chant it. They chant it.
Okay. Okay, bro. Okay.
Okay. Is it okay if I just finish one more slide and then take the questions? Otherwise, we'll just stop that, and I'll definitely take, no problem with that. It's just a point by Dhanurdhar Maharaj, which I thought was very nice. I'm just trying to add this. Pure and one-pointed prema is not even slightly mixed with any other aspiration or interest, such as aspiration for Vaikuntha liberation or interest in the Lord's profound power and opulence. So someone may have this interest of going to Vaikuntha, but that does not exist in Keval Prema Bhakta. A devotee with one-pointed love, Keval Prema, always lovingly fixes his mind upon Sri Krishna without the slightest deviation to any other topic. As I said, he loves Krishna because he is Krishna. Okay, now I will take the questions, and this is just the last topic, not a very big one. Yes, Sakhira Mataji.
So, Prabhuji, in relation to what Prabhu asked, Prasanatma Prabhu, I just had the same question, but in there only. Prabhu, is it also the reason why we are directed to Kevala Prema in a way that we say that a devotee does not concentrate on liberation? Is it that is because in the slide which you just it is written, a devotee with one-pointed love always lovingly fixes. That means he doesn't have any motive. He doesn't want liberation. He just says whatever is
Definitely.
done.
And if you go back to the last slide, Mataji, you will see this is Narad Muni saying one is certainly assured of achieving the four kinds of Vaishnava liberation. So he already achieves it. What are the four kinds? We know Samipya, Sarupya,
Yeah.
Salokya, Sharishti. So those four, he automatically achieves it. He's not aspiring for it.
Okay.
These
So
ideas also clean. Yes.
So in does this Mahatmya Jnana Prema and Kevala Prema is also not according to the four sampradayas? Doesn't that count? Because Sri Vaishnav Sampradaya is more towards Vaikuntha, if we see.
Yes, absolutely.
So
So that's their bhava. And now
so
there may be
Baba,
some devotees coming from Sri Sampradaya, for example, ending up in Golok Vrindavan.
yeah,
And some practicing ISKCON practices may end up in Vaikuntha. And that's completely fine because we're all conditioned soul. At the moment, we're going to school. Someone become doctor, someone become engineer. That will happen, when you grow old. At the moment, all the subjects you have to study, history, geography, moral science, everything you have to study. That's what we are doing. What you will end up as per your nature will happen when you cross, graduation or something like that. So it's like that. So we are studying in this up to 12th standard, all the subjects we are advancing, but you will end up in your nature, isn't it? That's what happens. In 12th, you choose engineering or biology. Some take biology to become doctor, they end up in engineer anyway. I was a biology student. I still ended up in engineering. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Nothing to do with me, but yeah, so that's what it is.
and it also it also कैसे बोलते हैं ये और ये भी बताते हैं जो हमारा ओरिजिनल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोजीशन है it also is also linked with this ki where we
Definitely, Mataji. That's why you will maneuver towards that direction anyway. Your internals will say, no, Vishnu is the higher most. It will happen. I recently came to know about when Vaishnava who's practicing ISKCON devotee. It rarely happens. We started practicing Sri Sampradaya. Nothing wrong. I'm not saying, but I'm saying generally we don't hear these things. He got initiation. You know how they initiate? You would have seen it. They actually put an actual stamp on your physical body of Shankha Chakra or something like that. It's very hot, very painful. I've not seen it, but yeah. So he got initiated in Sri Sampradaya. So I should rather re-initiated.
Similar in our the one devotee came from Chopati. His name is Pranavanand Prabhu. He's born and brought up in Sri Sampradaya and got initiated by the Radhanath Maharaj. And Sri Sampradaya said that it is okay, he can go.
Yeah.
So because they were mature enough.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
Similarly here also.
Now they are.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so it just happens, these moments. You can understand, like different schools are there just to teach different students, but end up, you can change the schools, you can advance in a school, you can change your graduation line and all that. Yeah. Okay, it's 9:01. Prabhuji, Mataji, I don't mind answering the question, but if it's a quick one, I'll take it. Otherwise, we can take it next time. It was extremely quick because I don't like going over the time.
I think it is a quick one.
Okay, let's do it.
Could you go to the next slide from
Yes,
after
Mataji.
this?
Yes.
Yeah, so in this, as we are doing Vaidhi Bhakti, and then according to this map, it says Vaidha Bhavata and Mahatma Gnana, so ending up in Vaikuntha. But my understanding, I mean, it could be completely wrong, but my understanding was that one can go from Vaidhi to Raganuga and take that route. So if one follows in the footsteps of Brajavasis, so instead of going to Vaidha Bhavattha, one can go from Vaidhi to Raganuga and then Raganugiya
So
Bhavattha and Kevala. Is that
yeah,
correct?
you can draw for some devotees a little arrow from Vaidhi to Raganuga. That's what happens. So Raganuga does not start on its own. So if you say Sadhana Bhakti, you will do Vaidhi, and after Vaidhi only Raganuga will come. That's correct.
Yeah.
But not everyone will end up in Raganuga. Only few will end up, for example. That's why we can't really draw a sort of an arrow there.
Okay.
Initially,
Okay.
processes are same for everyone.
Okay. And also, as Srimati Radharani is the expansion of Lord Krishna, Ladini Shakti, Gopis are the expansion of Srimati Radharani. So all, is that correct understanding,
Yes,
Prabhu?
absolutely
So
correct.
they don't have to go.
As per
The
Gaudiya
gopis don't have to
Sampradaya,
go.
yes. As per Shri, it's little different.
The other devotees, what about the other devotees in Goloka? They, like if they follow this route also, like they come
But
up
they
to
are Nitya
Kevala.
Siddha. If you're talking Golok Vrindavan, they're Nitya Siddhas. They don't follow any route. They're just there. They're Nitya Siddhas. They're eternally devotee. They're not like conditioned now and then practicing. They're
So
Nitya
all
Siddhas.
Okay, all the Koloka Vasis, they are Nitya Siddhas. They don't
Yeah.
have to go this route at all.
Yeah.
Only the
Except
people
some
like
of us who have come now down in this material world, and some of us will go back.
may go
Right?
back. Okay,
So
sure.
they are sadhana siddhas basically.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Mridula Mata, I'm sorry. We'll
At all.
stop here. Please write the question. We'll definitely do it next week. There's
It's
only
okay.
one topic remaining, which we'll cover next week, and we'll do a wrap up of NOD. So please, if you could attend next 2 classes, just for your benefit, we can put the whole NOD in perspective in 2 classes. And please join on time. Just 2 hours we'll dedicate in nice study of NOD each week. And exam is on 18th. Today is the last day of your assignment submission. So if you haven't done it, please do. Another 2 hours and 56 minutes to go. And yeah, if you cannot do it, please don't submit tomorrow. Yeah, we have already extended it a lot. Even if the assignment is incomplete from your perspective, please do submit. Less marks is better than 0 marks. It's the last assignment, so please do. And yeah, we'll talk about the exam probably after the next week class. It's going to be exactly same format as we have done last 5 exams in. Okay. So, Sundar Gopal Prabhu, any